The western region of US has its residents scared to the core with a behemoth hiding underneath. Yes, we are talking about the Yellowstone National Park region that holds the key to the entire set of America, with just one explosion awaiting. Recently, the Yellowstone National Park officials have detected a pulsating chunk of magma trying to escape the dome. Does it mean an upcoming volcanic eruption is on the way? Will the Yellowstone Alert area, which is alone the size of a country, dismantle everything around it? Does America's fate depend upon this awaiting volcanic eruption? In this video, we are going to discuss everything starting from Yellowstone's history of eruptions to an upcoming alert. What made the scientists' officials say that? The massive dome-shaped uplift in the Yellowstone volcano is still rising? Let's find out. Before the video starts, we would love to have you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to always stay updated with more of such interesting uploads. So without any further ado, let's hop right in. The internet was stirred when the WAS officials revealed that the mammoth active lava lying underneath the Tournament Yellowstone area is pulsating. There hasn't been any major eruptions since the last 640,000 years. Well, we thought it might be a good sign until scientists revealed otherwise. The Yellowstone active volcano eruption could be 8,000 times more dreadful than Mount Helen's eruption back in 1984. Although no one was harmed, previous eruptions did leave some unique formations like the hot springs, geysers, and hot water ponds. The magnetic waves which initiated previous eruptions was not completely gone. This is what kept the high temperature of the jet spray and hot springs intact. To everyone's surprise, scientists have now revealed that the hot pulsating piece of magma is on its way out. The dome surrounding the Yellowstone National Park is growing bigger in size. This could mean only one thing: the active magma inside the dome is brewing up and expanding due to more heat. Does this mean we could experience a catastrophic eruption soon? This is what the scientists think. Earlier, supposed eruptions caused a 1,500-mile square worth lava bulge inside its mountain cap. This soon turned into a huge crater called caldera. This is the same body which gives rise to the famous hot springs, geysers, fumaroles, and mud pods. The magnetic energy which initiated these bulging is the same energy which heats up the hot water sites. Often called a sleeping animal, the hot magma formation inside the Yellowstone volcano is a classic deal. Molten rock substance is carried out due to excessive geothermal energy, which results in formation of magma. These are later expelled from volcanoes as lava, having huge impacts on surrounding areas and Earth's climate. The Yellowstone volcano is surrounded by a huge variety of wildlife, vegetation, and natural scenic viewpoints. The volcano itself is a breathtaking beauty to look at. Unfortunately, geothermal energy, which is powered by Earth's movement on the crust like tides, earthquakes, and magnetic poles, is instigating the magma to erupt anytime soon. Scientists believe that this could happen within our lifetime too. The pulsating magma piece lying inside the park is situated somewhat 10 kilometers beneath the crust. Since 1994, scientists are continuously monitoring the shape changes of the dome using advanced technology. In 2004, it was concluded that the dome had risen from its previous demographics. By 2009, it was stated that the pulse had increased by some 25 centimeters diameter. This supervolcano is spread beneath the states of Wyoming, Montana, and a few parts of Idaho. It has got its nickname due to its unique ability to inflict devastation and a much wider global level. Officials at USGS, or United States Geological Survey, continuously monitoring the pulsating magma. A student at the University of Utah, Bob Smith, made a fascinating discovery in understanding how the world is formed. He enlisted the factors which are responsible for its growth and even provided a breakthrough understanding in how the volcanic systems work. It all began after the USGS noticed a change in water levels at Yellowstone Lake. Smith was interested in observing if we could find signs of contemporary deformation in the famous Yellowstone caldera. He started his research by noticing small changes in lake levels of different parts of Yellowstone Lake. It felt as if the lake indicated that the basin was being lifted. Another important thing noted by the USGS was the upliftment of the lake did not happen evenly. Rather, the water level in the lake rose from one end while it went down on the other end. Close surveys showed that after 2010, the bulging significantly decreased. It was even a more dangerous sign, as before an eruption takes place, the molten magma is continuously heated and cooled down, creating an enormous amount of geothermal power. In 2010, it was partly expected that the dome could increase to such an extent that it would lead to an increased level of water too. Well, this wasn't enough for Smith and his team to conclude the unfortunate. Soon they started gathering funding from the USGS to carry out a physical survey of the entire park. He believed that the lake should not be the only measurable factor pointing at the elevations. So their team went on to detect the rest of the deflation. The entire area covering over the caldera was taken as a reference point. The observations of this survey shocked everyone, including scientists globally. Over the last 50 years, the caldera has come up about 2/3 of a meter. This bulging is only observed at the peak of the caldera, while the height has lessened elsewhere. Another part of scientists believe that this is quite a normal behavior for Yellowstone. It ought to have periods of uplift and lowering every now and then, all thanks to the enormous magnitude of magnetic energy contained within the dome. It is just an indication that the magnetic system is active. They also said that we should be glad that the uplift was in the form of a dome and not a plane. It is the most evident explanation that the magnetic energy is just pulping, which could even lower itself with the time. But what most of us do not realize is, all of these activities are heading towards something bigger than we all have imagined. The periodic highs and lows of the dome indicate that either the magma was trying to intrude the crust, or it was simply heating the hydrothermal system. This might have caused it to expand and thus elevate the crust. This is a continual process which has been going on for years now. The fact that the Yellowstone caldera is not simply expanding, but sort of going through breathing motions, relieved the scientists. But it does not mean there isn't a chance of a violent explosion anytime soon. The Yellowstone Park region is often considered a hotspot. It could currently be under a state of warning to prevent loss of lives as much as the officials can. This discovery was based on the analysis of tons of volcanic deposits that were scattered around the regions over 10,000 miles. It all arose due to 2 previous super eruptions. The area experienced on an average of 500,000 years. In brief, over the past 3 million years, the Yellowstone region has undergone 2 major eruptions only. The frequency of such eruptions is very slow, but the unnatural rising of the dome said things otherwise. Let us wait and see how the scientists proceed further with the USGS investigations regarding the Yellowstone region. Till then, if you liked the video, do give it a huge thumbs up and write down your views in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in our next video.